So what's the issue?
Just
check.
sort of quite annoyed at the whole IA position and why I wasn't sort of picked, and then I feel I've been ignored by Tony, to be quite honest. And that's why I've sort of just came to yourself to try and find out why I wasn't sort of selected or picked or whatever in the first place.
Well, the main question I want to ask you is, what have you done to say that you wanted to be involved in the vote, or what have you produced, or what have you come forward with to say that you want to be involved with it?
Well, I didn't know they were going to be looking. There was no, as far as I'm concerned, there was no like, announcements or anything got to say that they're going to be looking to put your name forward. Now, I don't know. Obviously, it was quite a while ago, but within the last I was up running up, I'd mentioned to a few people about wanting to join then. And it was due to my rank. I think it was an officer in SO at the time. They says that it wasn't a high enough rank to join. Um, so there was no real sort of announcement per se to that I was able to see to say like go to speak to such and such about it or whatever.
The whole point was that people had come to us with their ideas, suggestions, or put their name forward without us having to ask.
Right. Okay.
Obviously, we went through the lieutenants and sergeants with people who'd mentioned things, who'd said things, who'd been sending reports that were valid, people sending invalid reports, and obviously we've not received anything from you, so that's why you was obviously not considered.
Yeah, it wasn't because I didn't see anything. That's why I didn't really put my name forward. If I'd seen something, 100%, then my name I'd have put myself down for it. But that's why I'm sort of annoyed that it wasn't sort of picked or whatever because I didn't really see anything.
Yeah, but that was the whole idea. You see, we wanted people to come to us with their suggestions or ideas and to say that, look, I know it was a shit show last time. I want to be involved. I want to do this, do that.
Okay, so pretty much the only reason I didn't get in because I didn't come forward to certain people then.
That's one of the issues, yeah.
Okay, what would be the other issues then?
And then obviously you said about these 18 people reacting to the post. You've got the most votes on the post. Obviously, I've seen screenshots of certain people messaging people, telling people to react. So
Right. Okay. Well.
It's not really a leg to stand on to say that you've got the most votes there and blah blah blah, because I've seen some of the messages that have been sent to certain people to say, oh, and react to this, react to this, react to this.
Yeah, would that not also count then the likes of people putting in internal asking to vote for them, asking to vote for this as well?
Yeah, but that's not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you came to me and said, well, I've got the most votes through the reactions. I mean, that's just simply untrue because someone's telling people to react to the post.
And who is it who's going around telling people?
I'm not going to drop them in it, but I've seen screenshots and messages.
You've seen screenshot of messages, right? Okay. No, well, that's the first I knew about that, to be quite fair. But I mean, yeah. So that's the only.
I'm just shedding some light on when you're saying that you're one of the most voted people on there.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's not fully true.
To be quite honest, it probably happens. It's probably doing that as well with everyone else's. Like to be quite honest, there is groups of probably people going around saying, "I'll vote for this person, vote for this," which I don't think even I wouldn't do it myself. Going around telling people because how sort of not serious, but how important this position is. If
Just 1 second.
Yeah.
Just give me 1 minute, mate.
Yeah, you're okay. You're okay.
Down south, all clear.
Yo, sorry about
You're okay.
that. Where were we?
It was just because I was just reading basically Tony's reply, because to me, on his reply, I don't know if you've seen his reply, because to be quite honest, I feel that it wasn't personally him that read it. But it says like it wasn't what they were looking for, and I just feel that and I can't remember off the top of your head who had put it in the internal, saying that the information was out there for people to show interest. And that's what I was just assuming, that I had missed something. But obviously you're now telling me that it was different, that people had came forward then.
Yeah, people had come forward to us.
Yeah.
Obviously, people Tony might have seen just said, "Oh, it might have dropped a couple of comments in there." And now, obviously, I suggested a few people that obviously I thought Murphy suggested a few people to add to the list. Tony came with a list.
Yeah.
And obviously your name wasn't on there. It weren't. It's not. We've been doing this for like 3 weeks. Obviously, we've looked into what departments people are in, whether they've got. Obviously, you're in academy, which is a big role. So we've looked for people who've got time to spend on cases. We've also looked into people's history.
Yeah.
I
But
know
there's
that I haven't. I don't know. I can't remember if your history's clean or whatever. I'm not too sure.
but
And then
there's
obviously we've looked into people who were involved in IA before and that sort of things, and
yeah. But the list
people they're
has
involved with and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, we've got to trust people and trust people's judgments.
yeah. Well, the three
And
people that are on.
there's not like this. This is the thing. We're not saying that these are going to be the set 4 people, because there's obviously testing they've got to do. They've obviously got to do cases and
Yeah.
bits and bobs. So it's not. It's going to be a rotating thing where people don't just stay in a post. It's going to be constantly changed up, and these people might not even pass their test. So
Yeah. I just like you're saying time frame. Like there's 3 people with in academy that are also in amongst that as well. Like,
yeah,
and to be
but like I'm saying, Tony's probably spoke to them and they said, "Oh yeah, I'm not bothered about academy and that sort of thing."
yeah. Right. Right. That's fair enough. Look, I wasn't chosen. It was just a kick to the bollocks, to be quite honest with you. I felt I would have been quite a good candidate in there. And I'll be quite honest, I feel that I would have been better than a couple of the people that have been chosen in there.
Nobody's been chosen. Which people do you mean?
Well, within that list, whatever way, you had said that you had chose a couple of people, and Murphy had chose a couple of people, and stuff like that. There, just personally speaking, I personally do think that I could have potentially done a better job. I don't want to sound like an absolute dick about it, like, but just have been out with them and know what way they act, and like they're professionally. professionality or whatever you say. I know I sort of can times fuck around it sometimes, but when it comes down to it, I don't mess around with the rank I am. I am what I am for a reason, to be quite honest. But look, it is what it is. Well, I appreciate you at least you taking the time out. And sort of getting back to me on like, unfortunately Tony didn't. But
Yeah, well, you just need to get your name out there, to be honest, mate.
yeah,
At the end of the day, if people don't know who you are, if you patrol the same people, or you just do this the standard day-to-day stuff and outshine, then you just amongst the
yeah,
crowd. And obviously, you've got to be careful with the people you hang around with and the groups that you're involved in, because
yeah. Well, I'm not
a
in a
major
group.
part of the division is trust, and obviously, a lot of trust was broken the last time it was run by certain individuals and certain people involved. So
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, to be fair,
and you probably know what I mean, but I'm not mentioning any specific names. But
so then a big part of why I haven't been chosen is that then basically because
well, it's not.
there
I'm not
was
saying it's a big problem, but we try to go for people who have got no involvement with certain people that have been in IA before, certain people that have done certain things. Like it's not just been an overnight decision. We've chose people that are
yeah
neutral as to, because the last time one of the massive issues is there was a certain agenda in IA with it was a certain group or a certain lounge. You probably know what I'm talking about. Everyone was in this certain lounge and everyone was in this certain group of friends, which is what we're trying to avoid. So everyone in that list has been picked from different areas, different people, hang around with amongst different people, so that it's fair and we're not getting information just spread to the masses.
it's a bit of a shame, but look, okay, I'll do. So
Like I say, just again, if you keep your name in the loop and keep suggesting things and whatever, then
well,
there's no.
I
Like
don't
these
know.
4 people are not guaranteed. Like it's just a
I
part of the
don't.
stage that we wanted to do, because then people can't come around and moan to us and say, well, it's a friendship circle. These people have been put into IA and they're all mates, which is what happened last time. So we've let them vote for the top 4 people, and then the top 4 people will go through.
Yeah,
Training.
no. You've shed some light on a couple of things I've picked up on, but I don't know what personally. I don't know what much more I can do now going forward to say that I am interested rather than actually say that I'm interested for the amount of sort of not myself but other people who feel that I should have been involved as well. So yeah, just hopefully going forward, if the EU candidates aren't successful, that I potentially do get the opportunity. But no, that's everything. Thank you for taking the time anyway.
Yeah, no worries. Like I say, it's obviously just about getting your name out there. If you don't get your name out there, then
Well,
how are
flip,
people supposed to know?
I, I don't know too many people that don't know me, to be quite honest. They might not patrol with me, but I mean, anytime I go in somewhere, they hear my name. Um, it's they know who I am, like sort of thing. But obviously, I'm not going out and patrol
Yeah,
with
but
certain people that.
it's more towards the hierarchy of the scale. Do you know what I mean? Like the council and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's fair enough. Well, I'll do. Well, thank you anyway.
Yeah, no worries. But there's no saying that you'll never get in it or you won't be in it, because again, these people could fail.
Mm. Yeah,
You know, it's not going to be easy. Especially after what happened last time. So.
yeah, no, I'll do. Well, cheers anyway, mate.
All right, sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's in a meeting right now. Someone's asking to speak to it, that's all.
Speak to a chief or a higher up. Have you arrested the suspect?
Can we take us 42 please? Thank you. Vacuum's clear.